Start in an easy cross-legged pose, whatever your favorite version of a cross-legged pose is. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones and make sure that your spine is in a neutral position. So we're not rounding the back, okay? So we take that rounding out of the back by, boop, sitting right up on top of the sitting bones, okay? From here, just relax the shoulders away from the ears. And turn your palms open on your knees, just signifying that you are ready to release. Okay, so this is a very simple, I guess I would call it a mudra, right? It's not, I mean, you're not doing anything with your hands, but it's a very simple mudra of just opening the hands, signifying that you're ready to release, you're ready to let go of anything that you're working up to the surface during your practice today. Let's let it go, okay? So working on releasing old patterns. Let me just read to you what a samskara is, because this is technically, it's an old pattern, and that's what we call it in yoga. And I got this from supersonicava.com. She says, a samskara is a psychological imprint that is left from an unresolved past event. Samskaras are actually primarily experienced in the subtle body, although the emotional weight of a samskara can also be held in the physical body and have some very physical consequences. The subtle body is essentially an energetic mirror of our physical body. The important energy centers, also known as chakras, are the energetic counterparts to some of the body's most important organs, nerves, and glands. When many of us experience some type of unresolved difficulty or trauma, we can hold that experience in both our energetic bodies and in our physical bodies until it is processed and released. It's common to carry stress in our muscles, but sometimes these experiences can penetrate deeper and we hold them far within ourselves. Okay, so this is a beautiful way that we can use our asana practice, our meditation, and also our pranayama practices to help kind of start shaking some of that stuff loose, right? So we can release it. So that's what we're working on today. Please close your eyes. Start by taking a couple cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. And then start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. We'll make the affirmation really simple today. However, if you want to add on a little bit to it, you can. Otherwise, on your inhale, just think I. Exhale, release. If you'd like to add on release old patterns or release old trauma or release old beliefs, you can feel free to do that. I kind of like just to have it very simple. That kind of opens it up to let your spirit and your body and your higher self just start to let go of whatever it really needs to let go of without us thinking that we know best, right? But it's totally up to you, whatever you're feeling. On your inhale, I. Exhale, release. Just really getting yourself into that state of mind that you're open, you're ready to release, you're ready to let go. You're ready to start that process today. At any time, especially today when we're working on releasing, please feel free to take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can even do it on a sigh. Generally, the stupider and the louder and the sillier you sound, the better it feels and the better it works, in my opinion. Okay, so circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. And let's set our intention for our practice and create a sacred circle together, whether you're watching this live or the replay, with one Om. Take a deep breath in. Good. And then slowly lower your head as you exhale. Blink your eyes open and lift your head. All right, so extend your legs out in front of you for a moment and just rock it out a little bit from side to side. Cross your legs again. Put your non-dominant leg in front. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Okay, do a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Hands can stay on the knees, or if you have the tendency to round the back, have your hands behind you and push the chest forward. Okay, think about reaching the chest forward rather than bringing the head down to the ground. For those of you that are in my teacher training or are thinking about going through either my foundational or my advanced teacher training, I love doing a pose like this. So think about, why am I doing a hip stretching pose right now? Well, because that is our theme of the day, and that's also going to be our pinnacle pose, will be a hip stretch. So I always start out in something that is reminiscent of our pinnacle pose or our theme, okay? I try to use all of these moments as teaching moments if possible. All right, now slowly come up, look at what leg's in front. That one's gonna go behind this time, but bring your hands behind, and then we're gonna extend the legs out. This is kind of fun. And then switch it out, other leg in front. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Okay, do a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, tilt the pelvis. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt. So again, place your hands wherever it works for you, but keep thinking about drawing the chest forward. Don't reach with the chin, okay? Draw the chin back in space a little bit, tuck the chin a little bit so that there's just a natural curve. I release. I release. Good. And slowly come up. Let's do our legs out again. Extend them out because it's so fun. Cross your legs. Okay. And then come onto your hands and knees, however you can. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Extend the right foot back with the toes on the ground. Push into the knuckles, sending the heel down towards the mat. Just stretching the back of the leg, but also releasing the knee from having it crossed. And switch. Good. Come back to the hands and knees. Now walk the knees back a couple inches and curl the toes under. Make sure the knuckles are rooting down into the mat. Lift the knees up off the mat. Push into the knuckles and send the hips up and back so that you're in a straight line from the wrists all the way up to the hips. No angle at the armpit. Okay, and walk the dog here, bending and straightening the alternate legs. Again, just waking up the backs of the legs. And then walk the feet forward towards the hands, coming into your mountain pose feet. So the big toes can be touching or the feet can be about fist width apart, okay? Hands to your shins. Inhale, reach the heart forward and the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold over the legs. Feel free to bend the knees, let the arms and head hang. Look out in front of you. Inhale, rise up, circle the arms out to the sides, palms touch overhead. Exhale, let the arms float back down to the sides today. And breathe here. Find your gazing point. I release. Okay. On your inhale, drawing the lower belly gently in and up, and expand low ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, upper ribs, mid ribs, low ribs, and belly. Think about drawing the prana up. As you inhale, as you exhale, release. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Feel free to bend the knees so you can tip the pelvis. Let the arms and head hang. Inhale, come to your monkey pose, so flat back. Most of you will need to bring the hands to the shins. Plant your hands, exhale, step back to plank. Let's break the first couple of vinyasas down. Inhale, push forward, shoulders past the wrists. Knees down for this one, please. Exhale, lower, point the elbows back. Chest lands before the belly. Keep the shoulders plugged in. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, push forward and up with the chest, cobra pose. Exhale, come down. Curl the toes under, draw the shoulders away from the mat. Inhale, push up in a straight line to the knees. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. So let the head hang so that the ears are in line with the upper arms. Roll the upper arms away from each other and roll the forearms in, keeping the knuckles heavy. Bring your big toes together to touch and lift your right leg up. Bend the knee and open the hips. You can do some circles here, just getting into the hip joint. And go the other way. Just open it up. Do what you need to do. And then switch it out. And then bring the foot down, walk the feet forward towards the hands, come back into your mountain pose feet. Inhale, reach the heart forward, monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, fold. Push into the feet, look out in front of you. Inhale, rise up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, arms float down by the sides. Find your gazing point. Come back to your breath. I release. All right, let's do one more sun salutation A. Okay, exhale, ground down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey pose, flat back, shoulders are plugged in. Exhale, plank. Inhale, push forward. Exhale, lower with or without the knees. Elbows in, chest lands first. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, chest forward and up, pushing into the knuckles. Elbows are bent. Exhale, come down. Curl the toes under. Inhale, push up in a straight line. Don't let the belly lag. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Most of you, I can almost guarantee, will be pushing to the knees, not straight to plank. And that's not because you're a bad yogi. It's because you're still working on developing that strength. Okay, so be honest with yourself and just go to where you need to be going today. If you try to bypass all of the foundational and fundamental elements like that, then you're not going to advance as fast, okay? And you could get hurt. You need to build the strength. Okay, so from here, either stay here or take a resting pose, or let's practice our bunny hops. Walk the feet in a couple inches, big toes touch. Bend the knees. Inhale, look forward. At the end of the exhale, little or big hop. Do 3. Then walk or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, leading with the back of the head. Exhale, arms float down by the sides. Find your gazing point. Breathe. Inhale, I. Exhale, release. Take a couple more breaths. Always feel free to grab a drink. All right, from here, let's move into a standing balancing pose. This is called figure 4 chair. It's a really great hip stretch. So please feel free to stand by a chair, okay, such as this. Stand by a chair and you can go into it like that, or stand by the wall. Okay, otherwise, let's have a strong base in the left foot. Lift the toes, spread them apart, grip them down. Now cross the right leg over the left. Okay, from here, we don't have a straight standing leg. You want to bend the standing leg and send the hips back like you're sitting into a chair. Try not to let this bottom knee jut forward. Send the hips back. Keep the lifted foot active, meaning push into the heel and the ball of the foot. Okay, I'm going to show you sideways. Keep the hips square. Try not to let the left hip cinch in. Push it back. Draw the chest forward, just like we did in that seated forward fold in the beginning with our legs crossed. Tilt the pelvis, draw the chest forward. You want to feel a stretch in the lifted leg and that glute and hip. Okay, come out with as much grace as you can muster, and then we'll switch sides, okay? So strong base in the right foot, lift the toes, spread them apart, grip them down, cross the left leg over, keep the foot active, pushing into the heel and the ball of the foot, send the hips back. Try not to let the right hip cinch in, push it back, so both sides of our torso are equally lengthened. Tilt the pelvis forward, draw the chest forward. Good, slowly come up, release, walk it out. Hope you guys are starting to get warm because I'm definitely starting to get warm. Okay, stand in your mountain pose, breathe here, find your gazing point. On your inhale, I. Okay, so let's add on. Exhale, ground down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey, nice and slow. Exhale, plank, push forward, lower down. So we took a step out there. Inhale, back bend of choice. We're going to take another step out. Exhale, engage your abs, hips up and back. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, bring it through, low lunge, however you can get it there. So you might bring it halfway, okay? Then bring it through, that's fine. Bring your back knee down, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Okay, wrap your shoulders. So shoulders are relaxing away from the ears. Right knee's on top of the ankle. Don't go so far into it to where you're compressing the low back. Pull back a little bit, lengthen the tailbone down so you have a neutral pelvis. Good. Hands down inside of the right foot. Walk the right foot over. Bring the left knee back a little bit for lizard. Turn the toes out even a little bit on the right foot. Make sure the right knee is pointing in the same direction as the toes. Okay, it's right on top of the ankle, pointing in the same direction as the toes. From here, you could do some little pulses. If you have blocks, forearms can come on blocks or down to the ground. If the knee's falling out to the side, just walk the right foot over more so the knee's on top of the ankle. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Okay, now slowly come up. You guys aren't gonna like me for this one. I'm just gonna tell you that right now, okay? But do it anyway. Walk your right foot back to just the center of the mat. Put your listening ears on. Center of the mat. Okay, now flex the foot and start to let the knee come down to the right. You're going to want to go into pigeon like, oh yeah, I know this one. She means pigeon. She just must be teaching it wrong. No, that's not what I mean. The right foot is in the center of the mat. We're not walking it over. Okay, so it's definitely different than pigeon. The knee will be lifted, but I want you to feel it's a great stretch in the right hip. If you ever feel any pulling or straining or like, oh my God, it feels like something's going to pop, please back out of it, okay? It's not my fault if you guys get hurt. Listen to your body, okay? Listen to your body. You know best. All right, and then however you can, slowly come out of it. Use those muscles of yours. And then you can either do down dog or child's pose or move through a vinyasa. Back bend, down dog. Okay, so come to down dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bring it through. However you can get it there. Back knee down. Rise up for Anjaneyasana. Lengthen the tailbone down. Neutral pelvis. Push the left knee forward without letting the booty pop out. Arms up and wrap the shoulders. I release. Good. Now hands inside the left foot. Walk the left foot over. Turn the toes out slightly. Stay here or little pulses or forearms down to the ground. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Don't go to where it hurts, okay? Okay, good. Now, come up onto the hands, walk the left foot just to center. So it's not back, it's just to center, okay? Just a little bit behind the hands and let the knee come out to the side. Breathe. If you start to feel strain, if you start to feel pulling, if you start to feel like, oh my gosh, something's gonna pop, back out of it, okay? Honestly, you guys know best. Listen to your intuition. Don't be like, oh, well, she can do it, so that means I can do it. Well, I mean, is this your job? Do you do it every day? Okay, so don't be so hard on yourself. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. All right, make your way back to your plank or modified plank. Lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So hold in your down dog, or please feel free to come down to child's pose or sit back onto the heels. If you're in a resting pose, like child's pose or sitting back on the heels, just close your eyes. You can have your palms open if you're sitting on the heels. I release. Turn your gaze inward. Okay, if you're not in down dog, make your way to downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, right leg up and back. You can always skip that part, okay? You don't have to lift the leg up. Exhale, bring it through however you can get it there, low lunge. Flatten the back foot, and then windmill the arms up, opening up the hips to your left, warrior two. Okay, left heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Turn the back toes in slightly, right foot is pointing forward. Level out the hips, lift the rib cage, arms up, relax the shoulders, gaze out through the right middle finger, and breathe. Okay, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, right forearm to the right leg, left arm overhead, or right hand down to the ground. Twist the belly button open. You can bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Feel free to place that on a block. Only go here if you can do it without turning over. Both shoulders need to be directly over the bottom leg, and the right knee needs to be at a 90-degree angle, a right angle. Good. Both hands down on either side of the right foot. Lift your back heel so you're in a lunge. Flatten the left hand. Bring the right foot all the way up and behind you, coming onto the knife edge of the left foot. I know it's tricky. Just do your best. Lift your hips, wild thing. All right, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Listen to your body. If you just need to do down dog, do that. Otherwise, inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bring it through. Flatten the back foot. Windmill the arms up. Bend into the left knee. Virabhadrasana 2, other side. Okay, so left knee stays pointing forward. Only open the back hip as far as you can go without the knee turning in. You don't have to make the hips parallel to the long edge of the mat. Left heel in line with the arch of the back foot. I don't know about you guys, but my legs are starting to get very tired. Like, what are you doing? Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Take it to where you need to take it today. Twist the belly button open. Both shoulders stack over the bottom leg. Doesn't matter. You don't want to be touching the ground. You're like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. No, you're not doing it because your body's rounded into it. You have to twist open. So please keep the forearm on the leg if that's where you need to be today. Start with the foundations. Don't let that ego get in the way. All right, both hands on either side of the left foot. Lift the back heel and bring the left foot all the way up and over behind you. You're on the knife edge of the right foot, the side of the right foot. Lift the hips. Wild thing. Whew. All right, down dog. Vinyasa. If you're getting tired, lower to the knees, okay? Inhale, plank, shoulders past the wrists, knees can come down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana, back bend. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Whew. Take some cleansing breaths or cleansing sighs. Stay there or take a resting pose or get a drink like me. Let's see what time it is. Okay, perfect. A couple more breaths in your resting pose. I release. I release. All right, so now come into your down dog and we're going to go into pigeon, but we're not going to lay all the way down into pigeon because that's a little bit more relaxing and we don't want to, I don't want to get you calm just yet, you know, like calm as in really relaxed and tired because we still have a little bit more work to do. So come to your down dog and then bring your right knee to the outside of the right wrist. Okay, now stop. Stop. Don't grab this foot and pull it forward. Never, ever, ever, ever do that, okay? We don't need the shin to be parallel to the top of the mat. What? We don't? No, you don't, okay? Because if you yank that foot up, that can really jack up your knee, okay? My shin's still not parallel to the top of the mat, and it's never gonna be. Curl your back toes under if you need more sensation in the right hip. Curl your back toes under, and then walk it back, okay? All right, so here you're not sitting down onto your right booty. Your hips are lifted a little bit. Back legs parallel to the long side of the mat. And you can just stay on your hands, okay, instead of coming here. And you could come here if a back bend feels good for you, but that can be a little bit much. We haven't done tons of back bends, but it's up to you if it feels good. We're really focusing more on the hip, not so much a stretch in the spine. So if you need to feel more of a stretch, if you're like, well, I just don't feel a stretch up here, tip your pelvis forward like you're trying to stick your booty out. Lift your tailbone up. I feel one immediately whenever I do that. If you're working on your Sanskrit, let's do it. Ready? Okay, so we're going to do it in parts. There's 3 words. Ready? Eka, you say it. Pada, you say it. Okay, ready for this one? Paschimottanasana. Ready? Paschimottanasana. Now let's say it together. Eka, Pada, Paschimottanasana. Yay! I'm assuming you just did it. Great. All right, switch it out. So you can maybe just walk it out a little bit in your down dog. Good. Left knee to the outside of the left wrist. Don't grab the foot and yank it forward. I know you want to. Curl the back toes under and walk it back. Only if you need to feel more sensation, okay? And the sides will probably be different. You might need to go a little bit further on one side than you did on the other side. It's normal. If you need to feel more of a stretch, tip your pelvis forward, lift your tailbone. So many times it's just these little tiny tweaks. It doesn't have to be anything huge. I release. All right, down dog. Walk it out, move the hips around, do what you need to do, shift them from side to side. All right, now bring your feet back towards center, come to plank, shoulders past the wrist, knees down. Now what I want you to do is we're gonna practice just doing some chaturanga. So elbows in, push up and back, or up, down, down, and then up, like little push-ups. Now they can be pretty small, but what I want you to focus on is keeping the shoulders engaged, not leading with the shoulders, okay? And the elbows point back. Tuck your tailbone a little bit to bring your pelvis into neutral, navel to spine, okay? You don't want your belly hanging down like this. Now the reason why, we'll just take a break for a second. The reason why we're doing this is because our Pinnacle Pose is an arm balance, okay? You might not go there and that's okay. I'm gonna give you different variations and modifications of where you can go. I'm just doing a wrist stretch for a second. You can do it too if you like. Backs of the hands together, elbows down. So the arm balance, it takes a lot of strength, and a lot of times people just blow through chaturanga and they're not doing it correctly, which means that you're not going to get the strength that you need for arm balances, okay? So I don't want to get you tired, but I just want you to kind of fire up these muscles and turn them on, as well as the shoulders, okay? So shoulders are a little bit past the wrists. Maybe you can go to 90 degrees. Maybe you're just going a little tiny bit. Just go to where you can go down and then push back up, right? So just do 2 more. All right, and then take a break. Wrist stretch again. Okay, you guys ready for the Pinnacle Pose? You can just take a seat and just watch me if you like. You can keep stretching your wrist, do what you need to do. So just sit in a comfortable seat and I'll show you what we're gonna do. So the Pinnacle Pose, first how we're gonna transition. We're gonna do figure 4 chair. Right? You guys can all do this. We already did it. We did it in the beginning. So we're going to do figure 4 chair. Then you can stay there, or we're going to come down further into like a figure 4 chair squat is what I call it. Okay? You can stay there, or then we'll take it into flying pigeon. Not one of my favorite poses, I'll be honest. Maybe I'll try to extend my back leg out today. I don't know. If I do, I might just fall on my face. But that's all right, because I'm not trying to be perfect, okay? And I'm not trying to impress anybody. All right, so let's just take it, actually just watch me, okay? So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. And I'll kind of show you at an angle. I don't wanna hit my couch. So we're gonna start like this, figure 4 chair. Tilt the pelvis forward, spine is long. So maybe you stay here, or maybe you just take your figure 4 a little bit deeper, right? Like this. Stay there, or maybe bring the hands down and we'll come to a Yogi Squat. So how I do this is my right heel is in the center of my booty. This one is actually pretty challenging. You can try to balance in it, but it's really fun. To come out of it, you just bring the hands down and then reverse, okay? But otherwise, then the next thing is we go like this, bend the elbows towards 90 degrees, chaturanga arms, okay? Hands down. Now what I'm doing is I'm hooking my shins, the one right under the knee, one at the foot here. So I'm gonna hook, see my foot here? I'm gonna hook this onto my arm, okay? I'm gonna show you side this way. Okay, then I'm gonna look forward a little bit and see if I can lift my bottom foot. Okay, so I can do it on that side. Actually, I'm pretty impressed that I could do it on that side. I don't know about the other side. That might be the side where I fall. Woo! All right, you guys ready to give it a shot? So let's see where you go, okay? Even if you go to figure 4 chair, you can be like, oh yeah, I was working on my flying pigeon pose today, because you were, right? You're working up to it. So let's actually do the other side, because I'm too tired to do that side again. All right, so let's have a strong base in the left foot. If you have any knee issues, you guys, I would not try that squat, okay? That's not gonna feel good. So strong base in the left foot, cross the right leg over. Sit back like you're sitting into a chair, tip the pelvis forward, draw the chest forward. So again, maybe you just go a little bit further today, or further this time, in your figure 4 chair. It's gonna be kind of challenging to hold this the whole time, so you can always come out of it and just come to mountain and chill out. You can try the squat if you don't have any knee issues. Find a gazing point. Whoa. Maybe try your flying pigeon. Oh my gosh, so hard to come out of it. So you hook, hook, hook. Chaturanga arms. Gosh, I do not know how I can do it on the other side. This side of my body is just like, what? Does not get it, okay? And then you can just mess around in it for a second. Maybe come into a forward fold or a squat. This is what I call like the workshop portion of the class. So just kind of do what feels good, or just laugh at yourself or laugh at me, whatever. Whew. Okay, then we have one more side. All right, so figure 4 chair. This time you have a strong base in your right foot, cross your left leg over. You can just take it a little bit further and just stay there, or go into your squat or your arm balance. Trying to figure out how I'm doing it different on this side. I think that my hip's just not as flexible on that side, so it makes it way harder. Okay, after you're done with that, just come into your forward fold again. Whew, just kind of release that. Come into a Yogi Squat if that's available to you. It's okay if your heels are lifted up off the mat. Put your elbows inside of the knees and push the knees apart, lengthening the spine. Bring your right hand down and your left arm up. Open it up. I love this one. It's so good. Shoulder away from the ear as much as possible. You could even bring the left hand behind your back and then bind behind the knee or behind that leg. Good. Come back to center malasana. You can always just do a seated twist, you guys. You don't have to get all crazy with this bound malasana. All right, awesome. Come to seated however it feels good for you. Good job, you guys. Give yourselves a clap. Give yourselves a clap. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Yay. You did it. Legs out in front of you. Just go a little bit from side to side. All right, now let's do a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So if it's challenging for you to sit up like this and your tailbone keeps tucking under like that, please bend your knees so you can come on top of the sitting bones or sit up on something. Now, if you have your knees bent, you can always roll up a blanket or put like a pillow or something. That's actually perfect. I've got this new cylindrical pillow. You can put that right under your knees, okay? And that just helps with the movement of the pelvis, because we don't want to go into forward folds like this, okay? No, 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 no. You want to keep the spine neutral and long, so you're tilting from the pelvis. All the movement comes from the pelvis. On your inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt. Plug the shoulders in. All you ladies out there, this is the pose where like you can look and see all the different spots where you missed when you were shaving. That's what I always am thinking about in this pose. It's so annoying. And some of you dudes too, maybe, I don't know. So on your inhale, lengthen, exhale, draw the chest forward more towards the toes. Don't think about rounding and bringing the head down, okay? You just go to where it feels good for you. Don't reach with the chin. Try to tuck the chin slightly. Keep pulling the chest forward. So as you get more flexible and you can start to go down, again, it's not really the goal. The goal is to feel sensation now. You're not going to be better at yoga when you can do this. But whenever you can come all the way down, it's like this. So you have to go belly. You have to go low belly, mid belly, upper belly, chest, then your face. You're not rounding and going, oh yeah, I can do it. And then you're bringing the crown of the head to the shins. Okay, you got to pull. Okay, I'll let you round into it a little bit. And then slowly come up. I feel freaking good after that pose. You guys? I hope so. All right, come back to an easy seated pose. Whatever that is for you. Some easy cross-legged pose. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Close your eyes and just notice how you're feeling now. Just after that one forward fold, let your palms be open again on your knees. Just releasing, signifying you're ready to let go. On your inhale, I. Exhale, release. Do that a few more times with your breath. Starting to let your exhales get longer and longer. So nice deep inhale, but the exhales are getting even longer. Starting to transition into our unequal breathing, okay? Because it's even more relaxing, it's more grounding, it's more releasing. Let your face soften, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, and your jaw. Good. Lower your head slightly and blink your eyes open. And slowly lift your head. Lay all the way down onto your back, please. Good. And then just have your knees bent with your feet on the floor. Bring your your feet as wide as the mat and the knees together. Place your hands on your belly, one on the low belly, one on the upper belly. And breathe into the hands. So as you inhale, really let the hands expand. As you exhale, let the hands soften down towards the ground. Inhale, expand. Breathing into the belly, exhale, soften. Do that a few more rounds, nice deep breaths. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth on a sigh. It's a great thing about practicing home, you guys. You can make whatever sounds you want. All right. Bring your arms out to your sides. Bring your feet back towards center. Lift your hips and shift your hips over to the right. Okay, and then let your knees fall to the left. Keep both shoulder blades on the ground. And just let your knees come all the way down. You don't want to be holding anything, any muscles here. Just let your legs completely relax. Everything is relaxed. Close your eyes if that feels okay to you, or find a soft gaze. Notice where you have the opportunity to expand on your inhale. It's probably on the top rib cage. And then notice where you have the opportunity to soften as you exhale. Good, and then slowly come to center and shift your hips over to the left. And let the knees fall to the right. Shoulders are on the mat, don't let them lift. Notice where you have the opportunity to expand as you inhale. And the same thing when you exhale. Come back to center. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Just hold on to the knees or the shins. Rock a little bit from side to side. Then full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead, feet in your opposite direction. Good. And then arms by the sides. Bring your feet about as wide as your mat. Shoulders away from the ears. Soften the chest. Pull the chin back slightly so you have a natural curve in your neck. Close your eyes if that feels okay. Shavasana. Move through the body. Let go of any tension that could be left. Letting the ground carry your body weight. If you hear any sounds in your own home or in my home, such as a dog barking or a child talking or cabinets opening, whatever, just take that as a sign, as an opportunity and a reminder to relax even further. Let the ground carry your body weight and enjoy these last few moments of Shavasana. Start deepening your breath. Maybe take a couple more cleansing breaths. And bring some movement back to the fingers and toes. And the wrists and ankles. Full body stretch. And bend your knees and roll onto your right hand side using your right arm for a pillow. Taking a couple breaths here, feeling your lungs expand in every direction, the front and the back and the sides. And then slowly push yourself up to an easy seated pose, letting your head be the last thing to come up. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones and breathe here. Notice how you're feeling after your practice. Mentally, physically, emotionally. And circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. And let's close our practice, close our circle, and show gratitude for our time together today with one Om. Please take a deep breath in. Good. Bow your head. Bring your thumbs from your heart center up to your third eye, acknowledging the energy that's within you, around you, connects us all together, never goes away. That energy within me acknowledges the energy within you, and I thank you all so very much for letting me guide you through your practice today. Namaste.